Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and today we're going to be doing the Dragon Ball Super Episode 54 English dub review, and it is again the first dub premiered for English, so we have to keep it English. No spoilers from the Japanese. We're treating this as if it was first aired ever, type perspective here, because this is an English dub review. And again, once again, joining me for this episode 54 review is Richard Kenobi. How are you doing?
Oh, awesome, man. I'm so pumped to talk about this episode.
Okay, yes. This was probably the best episode of the arc so far, and it was very informative, and it had really good fights too, as well, with a lot of stuff that we learn about this and how a lot of things work as well. And so this is definitely a very informative and as well as a really good fighting episode too.
Yes. And, so if you're thinking this is just another filler episode, once again,
none of them are filler episodes.
No, like this is hands down one of the best episodes, because it's like SS Ultimate Goku said, it has action, it informs us about stuff, and it has actual good character development for characters. So
yes, for said characters.
Yes.
So yes, the opening scene of this, after we get done with the theme songs, do a rundown of the previous episode, and then we get in with we're at Capsule Corp. I think they showed like a lake, in the beginning. Like they showed Trunks strolling through there, and then they went to Capsule Corp right after that.
Yeah.
And we see Bulma. She's still working on the time machine. You see, I believe Bulma. Was it Bulma's father that was like pouring the water? Or
it was
stuff, whatever you call it.
The time fuel. Yeah, you see Bulma's father pouring the liquid, and you see Bulma. She's almost done on the time machine. And you even see Emperor Pilaf come in.
Pilaf, he comes in, he starts like typing stuff in the computer. And I don't know if he was really knowing what he was like doing, but when he did it, Bulma was like, "Hey, get out of there!" And like Bulma looks at it, he's like, "Oh, this is really good." And stuff. Yeah. And he's like, "I'm gonna have to keep watching you." He's like, "Oh no, what do you think?" Because he still has this whole world domination concept. Which, for anyone who doesn't know that didn't watch Dragon Ball, it's what the whole thing with Emperor Pilaf is he wanted to use the Dragon Balls to become like the ruler of the world or whatever of Earth. So still kind of has that sort of inside of him that doesn't in Super now. Like
exactly.
So what that whole was.
Yeah, so he pretty much figured. So even though Emperor Pilaf looks like a kid, he is a genius when it comes to mathematics and formulas. So whatever he did to the formula that Bulma was working on, it's now perfected, and he just helped her out. So
inadvertently helped her Bulma out, and Bulma's like, "Oh, I gotta keep my eyes on you."
Yeah, So then after that, we get back to Trunks, who is floating over a lake, and he's doing mental training, as it's called, which basically.
And they also show the
Shu.
Yes.
And basically what Trunks is doing, he's preparing to fight Black, and he's running different scenarios in his head to how he can defeat him, but unfortunately, none of them succeed. None of them succeed, and he even bleeds from one of them because he's concentrating.
Yeah, it was like a nosebleed. He had like a nosebleed coming out of him. Or no, it wasn't a nosebleed. It was a mouth bleed, actually. It was coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, exactly. So then we get back to Mai.
First, they also talk about this, too. Like, talk about, about the meditation and stuff like that, and all the stuff, him trying to fight Goku Black or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they kind of run it down of what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And then we actually see a weird fantasy Mai has, Kid Mai.
Yes, basically replacing the future Mai with her in the future, and she's like on her, she's like about to die, I guess, and like Trunks like, "Can I get one last request?" And like she like tries to like give him a kiss or what.
It's very cringeworthy, but it is
It's
funny.
weird because like she's a kid physically, but we all know she's technically like in her 50s right now. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call it anymore.
Yeah, me neither. So yeah, then afterwards, we see Whis, Beerus, and Goku return back, and
Yeah, and
they're
they make another hole in
yes,
Bulma's wall.
which thanks Whis. Now Bulma's got to get someone else to patch up another hole. So
And then Beerus is like, "You did that on purpose." Like, well, you guys were both like, falling
bickering.
around on me, and like, I couldn't help it.
Yeah, exactly. So then basically we get caught up. Whis tells everyone what they witnessed and how while Zamasu does have similar aura to Goku Black, he's not Goku. Yes, similar key to Goku Black. It's not Goku Black 100%, and everyone.
Or we can't prove it is, even though they have similar things. And Goku's like, well, I fought him, like
and Goku
like, they had similarity stuff, but I could tell it wasn't them. He was just kind of too nice.
Yeah, and Whis even said he's good at sensing deception. So and Goku Black knew Goku, spoke as if he knew him.
Didn't.
Yes, exactly. So it's back to square one. Trunks does believe that it is Goku Black, but there's little evidence to present that. And then we actually
and Future Trunks hasn't even met him too, so I mean it's kind of weird even to begin with. Like, how do you know? You haven't even met this dude yet. Like, come on, dude.
I know,
you should have went there with them.
Exactly, yeah. So basically, Beerus talks about Zamasu and how they're different, and then he inadvertently points out that Goku and him actually fought, and then
Trunks is like, "Oh, you actually fought him?" It's like,
yeah.
"Oh my god."
Yeah, and then Trunks is starting to think maybe he doesn't have to fight Zamasu because Goku Black. Because if Goku fought a deity, then he'll be fine. And then we see Vegeta is looking at him very angrily, like he knows what's going through Trunks' mind.
Yeah, he knows. He knows what's going on, and Goku Black, he's still thinking about how to beat Goku Black basically, and they talk about it. They were talking about it, and how it could be, and they came to the conclusion there's nothing really kind of tying him to it. So
they leave. Beerus and Whis leave.
Like that. Beerus and Whis leave after they were fighting over the food for a little bit there because they're eating food.
And then
Goku and Beerus were.
Yeah, which was pretty funny. And then after that, Vegeta calls to Trunks saying it's time we need to train for real. So that's where yes, for real. And then we cut back to Gowasu and Zamasu. They're again having tea, but Gowasu is looking at a crystal ball at this species that he says later on. They
also took the tea too, and he drank some of it, and he said it wasn't as good.
Yes, it's getting more blacker, so he's starting to notice something is off with Zamasu. So then, while they're looking at the species that Gowasu says has great significance because they evolved at one point, Zamasu says, well, they're brutes, so why don't we just eliminate them?
And he's like, we can't do that. That's the destroyer that does that. We are just supposed to oversee everyone. And he's basically telling him, well, what's the point? I'm not going to do anything, let's go forward into time, 1,000 years.
Yeah, well, before that, I was going to say this is where it gets interesting, because this is where we start to learn a little bit about Zamasu. He says
it's not just about learning about Zamasu. There's a lot of stuff that we learn about the sequence, which I
exactly.
get into.
Yeah, exactly. But basically, he says he doesn't think it's possible for them to evolve, and he's seen many worlds, so he claims he knows how this outcome is going to go. So Gowasu says, okay, that's it. we're just gonna go see. So we see them go into the
He gets
vault.
the time ring. Yeah, he gets the time ring that we just seen in the previous episode. He opens it up and he basically, explains how it works. He explains that, we're going to go 1,000 times in the future to see it, but they can't go into the past because it's a violation of, what they're allowed to do. But mainly what I want to point out, too, is what we didn't know, and that was something that they showed today, because, or not today, yesterday, was the green rings.
Yes, the 4 green
The green rings was significant because we had the white ring, which we knew what the white ring was, sort of.
Yeah, the white ring.
We didn't really know what the 4 green rings represented, but Gamashu explains that the green rings are alternate realities of what happens because of like time machines or time warping stuff that happens where something has been changed into the past and it has created an alternate timeline. So each time an alternate timeline is created, these rings are created that are representing these alternate timelines from the present timeline.
Yes, and I think
this is very. It is. Now keep in mind, this is Universe 10 we're talking about, so this isn't necessarily the alternate timelines for the
this is
Universe 7.
Yeah, this is the see, here's the interesting thing. The Universe 10 the Universe 10 is connected to Universe 7 because the current present universe that Goku and his friends are in, those are the ones with the alternate time ring. So when he says someone already did this 4 times, there are subtle references that I didn't pick up on until now. Those 4 rings, at least 3 of them, are involved. 2 of them were involving Trunks when he went back in time. The other one where Cell went back in time, and the last one, which I had a hard time placing my finger on, what could the 4th one be? But the 4th
no, there is a 4th alternate timeline. There always has been. It was the one that would have been the one because the first one was Future Trunks. The first one was Future Trunks, right? The one that
where he went back in time.
And the second one would have been Cell when he came back in. And that one was the one where the androids, Future Trunks defeated the androids, but he couldn't defeat Cell, and Cell went back in time, and that's when he became perfect and all that stuff to the present time. The 3rd timeline change would have been that put all those ones together because that was the one where ultimately nothing ended up happening because it ended up all happening all the same because you have to have a 3rd timeline then for that to equivalate for that to happen.
Yes,
and I was looking that up on the explanations of all the 4 different alternate timelines that they originally had with Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
So that would have been the timeline because in that one Cell won, then the other one Trunks ended up getting there.
Yeah, exactly. So
they had to balance each other out. But my first point is that these rings, I don't know if they represent what happened in Universe 7 because if they happened what were represented in Universe 7 because that means they were connected. But the thing is, Universe 10 technically isn't really connected to Universe 7 because Universe 7 and Universe 6 are the ones that are connected, not Universe 10. So I don't know, I don't know if that applies because I feel like if the alternate timelines exist in Universe 7, which we know they do, wouldn't the Supreme Kai, our Supreme Kai of Universe 7, wouldn't he have the green alternate rings then?
Well, to answer your question, no, because mostly the time rings are in Universe 10. And all of the universes in the current universe where Goku and his friends are, each one of those universes are connected, but they're just spread out. Think of them like neighbors.
So those rings are those rings only exist in Universe 10, is what you're trying to say?
Yes, exactly. I don't think. Yeah, exactly. Because we have never seen proof of the other Kais in Universe 7 using those rings, so it has to be something that's exclusive to Universe 10.
Well, that, and I don't remember the Supreme Kai ever talking about this.
Well, again, this is all new information.
About this at the time.
Yeah, no. The 4th time ring is a good, interesting.
So would that also imply that Universe 10 is like the main universe then?
I don't know really. That's a good question. That's a good question.
Because if they have the time rings, if they're the only people that have the time rings, then wouldn't that make them the freaking like main universe?
I have no idea, man. But it's a question I think we could talk about another time. But for now, let's just get back onto it.
Yeah. So basically, the time rings. He talks about the alternate ones, and he basically says, how it's all disgusting that, that someone would disturb time and stuff like that. But that's what basically those rings represent, is the alternate time.
Yes.
And,
they do go 1,000. Oh, I was going to say, yeah. Then after they go 1,000 years into the future to see if.
Wait. First, that's not exactly what happens first. First, they go to the place.
Yes.
To the planet, and then what they do is, basically, he explains that Zamasu's rings, his orange partial rings, are basically useless because they're apprentice ones. The green ones are the ones that are the good ones, and so basically, he explains, you have to. I'll give you one of my rings, and you can be temporarily a straight eye. But he says to put it on the left ear, because he says if you put it on the right ear, we would fuse together with each other forever. And this is something that was explained in the Buu saga when Goku and Vegeta fused to become Vegito.
Yes, or when Supreme Kai and Kibito Kai fused into Kibito Kai.
Yes, exactly.
So then after they put the earrings on,
they put the earrings on their left ears, they basically Zamasu punches Gomashu, who has the ring on, and they basically say 1,000 years, kind of generic type thing there.
Yes,
and they go into 1,000 years in the future.
Yes, and then they see this species has evolved. They've learned how to make shelters and fire. But they're still fighting. They're still fighting, and they're still a primitive.
They got like cavemen type thing going because they got the clubs.
Yeah, exactly. And then we zoom in on Zamasu, and he pretty much knew this outcome. So all this does is prove that Zamasu is right, and he knows this type of species will never evolve. So this is planting the seeds for his prejudice against mortals.
Yes.
And so then after that, we cut back to Vegeta and Trunks, who are now training. And this is where it gets interesting. So Trunks brings up, do you remember the last time we trained when we fought Cell?
Flashback. Unfortunately, it's in black and white again.
Yeah, well, and it's not Kai footage. I just want to make that, for anyone who thinks this is Kai footage, it's not Kai footage. It's new animated footage for the purposes of this episode. So just
the color, not changing the color is just kind of dumb because they did it for like the origins. But I mean, it's just, they only do it for Trunks though.
Yeah, well, because they're trying to hide the fact that he has blue hair now, so I guess they want to keep
but if it's new animation though, it should be already blue then.
I know, it is. It's weird at this point, I know, but yeah, so then after this flashback, which it was nice to hear Christopher Sabat and Eric Val do some of this old Z dialogue again, so that was very nice. And then after that, Trunks immediately goes to Super Saiyan 2 and tells him to go all out. Use his
I'll go to Super Saiyan 3 like Goku does.
This is where
Vegeta doesn't have Super Saiyan 3.
No, but this is where it gets awesome. Like, okay, I know a lot. Vegeta starts laughing at that last mark, and instead of going to that, he's going to do what Goku didn't do. He jumps right to Super Saiyan Blue, and
Super Saiyan got Super Saiyan, which Goku never showed future Trunks.
No, and I love this transformation. You see Vegeta's eyes light up blue, and then it immediately goes to the blue aura, and you hear the godly music, and even Goku, who is sleeping now, he's able to sense what's going on, so he gets excited, and Vegeta tells him
instant transmission, and he then gets Bulma.
Yeah, but that's later on. Later on. But yeah, so no, it's okay. So then they basically, Trunks is getting worried because he's never seen this amount of power before. So Vegeta tells him, okay, if you're scared, that's fine, but I'll give you a handicap. If you can land one blow on me, then you win. And this is an awesome reference and callback. This is a callback to when Vegeta and Kid Trunks were training in the gravity chamber, and he told him he told Kid Trunks, if you can hit me in the face one time, I'll take you to the park. So I love that they reuse this. So then Trunks tells Vegeta, don't underestimate, you'd be a fool to underestimate me. And then he starts powering up.
He powers up.
Ultra
He
Super
goes to
Saiyan
that.
2.
He goes to the bulk. Well, he goes to the Balti Super Saiyan 2.
Yes, or Ultra Super Saiyan, as it's called.
And it's really weird because he kind of looks like Broly.
Well, again, Broly was inspired by Trunks' Ultra Super Saiyan form, so it seems kind of poetic for him to have it. But here's the interesting thing that I noticed. Whenever he was going into that form, his hair grew out longer, despite the fact that Trunks only has short hair. So
yeah, that made it even worse, because that made him look like, that's what made him look like Broly. Because his hair looked like Broly's. It didn't look like his natural hair.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
again, like a Super Saiyan Spike form, it shouldn't look like that.
I know, but once again, Trunks did it before Broly, so, tomato, tomato.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the way his hair looks spiked up like that, it shouldn't look like that.
I agree, yeah. So then Vegeta yells at him, saying, still relying on that bulky form. So
which was so hypocritical, because Vegeta was the one who used to, always want to use that form.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Trunks has only used...
on it.
Yeah, this is the second time Trunks has used this form, because he only used it once when he fought Cell, and he never used it again because Cell pointed out the weaknesses and flaws of that form. So Vegeta charges in, and Trunks catches him off guard, and even Vegeta says, he caught me off guard by using that primitive, weak form to distract me. So then we get this awesome fight between father and son. Trunks is just going boom, 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 boom. He's trying to land a hit on him, but Vegeta catches him off guard, and he says, if I had to give you a grade, it'd be a 30 at best. And Vegeta is just
punching him to the ground, too.
Yes, exactly. Vegeta is not holding back, by the way, because if anyone says, oh, Vegeta's just holding back, no, he is showing him the full power of Super Saiyan Blue. So
he has to have been holding back a little bit, because if he freaking was really going all out, he probably would have killed him.
Yeah, exactly. But, he is holding back some, but he's not holding... But he wants to show his son...
He's not holding back enough to the point where he wouldn't, to kill him. But,
exactly, yeah. But, so then we see...
Still a lot, though. He's still doing a lot.
Yes, exactly. So then Goku and Bulma show up, and Bulma's asking Goku, why did you bring me here? I'm almost done with the time machine. And then we see Vegeta and Trunks go by.
He uses instant transmission on Bulma, and Bulma's all pissed. Like, why did he teleport me here? And then she sees the fight with future Trunks and Vegeta.
Yeah, and Goku, for some reason... Now, I'm going to explain why Goku did this, but basically Goku tells her he thought she'd want to see this. So then we cut back to Vegeta and Trunks. Trunks is just getting annihilated. Even though this is a spar, he's just getting destroyed. He hasn't landed a single hit on Vegeta. So Vegeta backs him into a mountain, to a rock, and he goes out of Super Saiyan 2, and it looks like the fight is over. So then Trunks is just saying,
he knocks him out, he punches him, and he falls to the ground, like he's holding his gut, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then Trunks starts thinking. He says, if Vegeta and Goku have this power, they are the ones who are destined to defeat Black.
And he's smirking while this is happening, and Vegeta then picks him up. He's like, get that smirk off! What happens after Black? What's up?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, so what ultimately is going on here, Trunks is thinking about going soft. He thinks he doesn't need to train. So like SS Ultimate Goku said, Vegeta,
he doesn't need to train, because if Goku Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan God Vegeta fights Goku Black, Goku Black's done. And so he just pulls him up, and Vegeta is like get that smile off your face. You freaking have to have your pride. You freaking, what happens after Goku Black is gone? You gotta keep training, because what about the next threat?
Yes, exactly. And this is, this speech was awesome. But the one part that kind of irked me is when Vegeta says, if you're my son as you claim to be, then I will not have you be the way you are. You're either stronger or you're nothing. And I thought, okay, Vegeta, that's kind of a little too far, but I understand.
But that's
so
Vegeta. That's Vegeta.
This is Vegeta. So then Bulma and Goku show up. Bulma's yelling at Vegeta to stop, and then Vegeta powers off. He turns off Super Saiyan Blue, and he lets Trunks go. Trunks is looking down, and he out of nowhere
he headbutts Vegeta, and he's like, I guess based on the rules, I guess I win.
Yes,
I was like, that was the most savage moment of this episode.
Yes, I know. But so Trunks won. He did get a hit in, and he pretty much tells him he's right, and he will become stronger than Black, but he'll also become stronger than
He'll get stronger, and then he bows down to Vegeta as Vegeta's leaving.
Yes, and he thanks him, and I thought, yes, this was a great moment. Like, this was a great moment for both of them, and I really liked on how this progressed Vegeta's character. Like, this is what I love about Super so far. It's really giving so much development to Vegeta as a character. Yeah, so then we end there, but it doesn't end there.
No, it doesn't end. It doesn't end yet.
Yeah, and then we come back to Whis, who's
making food, and Beerus is like lounging.
It's specifically stir fry. So Beerus is saying, "Come on, hurry up," and then
basically Whis's like mage stick is. Phone essentially is ringing.
Yes, and Beerus answers it.
Whis is like, I'm kind of busy right now. Can you answer it? So Beerus answers it, and he's like, we can't. Whis is not here right now. We can't talk right now. And so then the thing just continues to go, and it goes right up there, and then next
it's
on the
Grand
screen. Zeno. Yeah, you see the Omni-King. You see the Omni-King on the stream there, and Beerus is just like, oh my god, sorry, and he bows down, he breaks the table, and he starts quoting Goku, and even references like, oh, am I quoting Goku right now?
Yes, and then Whis shows up, and they both want to know what's going on. Like, of course, Whis does ask him how's his day. Grand Zeno says it's okay, but they want to. But
he wants to talk to Goku, basically.
Yes, he pretty much says he wants to talk to Goku. And the episode ends
That was how it ended. That was how it ended.
Well, no, it also ends with Whis and Beerus comedically screaming because...
Oh, yeah, yes, that was...
Yes, and then...
That's really interesting what he's going to talk about, if this is going to be about Goku Black, or if this is going to be about, like, the tournaments.
I don't know. So, yes, that's where the episode ends. And as we said, this was an amazing episode.
Yes, this was probably one of the best episodes of the arc. Probably not the best of the whole series, but definitely one of the best in the arc, for sure.
Yes, and
what's up?
No, nothing. I was just going to say, yeah, it was. This is one of my favorite episodes of the arc because, once again, you get everything you could ask for. You get some development from Vegeta and Trunks. You get some new information when it comes to the time rings from you also get more into Zamasu's character. Like, you're starting to get to see where he's coming from and why he is the way he is. But you're just also, and then of course you get a great fight at the end. So I think, this episode had everything you could have wanted, and it really is. It is. If you're a huge Vegeta and Trunks fan, you're gonna love this episode. Like, this is hands down very good.
Like I said, the only problem I really had was that his hair was kind of like Trunks' hair when he bulked up, kind of looked too much like Broly's, and it didn't look natural to his hair. The way the hair would be powered up that way. And of course, I should also point out that I don't know how future Trunks' clothes didn't get like all crapped on. From powering up like that, since he wasn't wearing Saiyan armor. So I mean,
those got to be durable clothes. Then he's wearing but
I don't know, because they just seemed like regular clothes. So it feels like those clothes would have been like destroyed from that.
I know, yeah.
That's kind of the only minor things really, but everything else was just really good.
Yes, like. Definitely. I'm definitely going to watch this. This is an episode that's worth watching over and over again. Like, it is. And I know everyone's missing the action, but trust me.
This action was good. What are you talking about? There's a lot of good action going on.
Yeah, exactly. But this episode was very informative. And just overall, this was a great episode. And I can't wait to watch it again and again. And I'm just happy with how it was presented.
Yes, absolutely. It was a really good episode, and like I said, everything very informative. About more about Zamasu, and got some stuff with Future Trunks. Got a pretty good fight with Vegeta and Future Trunks. Goku didn't really do much in this episode, unfortunately, but he was still there.
Yeah. One
Doing
thing
some
we
stuff.
did. One thing I forgot to talk about. I think we forgot. Like, as I said, the reason Goku brought Bulma, because I said I was going to explain that. The reason Goku brought Bulma, he actually wanted her to see her husband and son bond together, and he even says, it seems harsh. It may seem harsh, but this is how Saiyans
This is
bonded
all
with.
same bond, which is kind of interesting that Goku would know this.
Yeah, I was even going to question, how does Goku know that? Because
How does Goku know this? Because Goku is the person that doesn't want to be a Saiyan. So I mean, like,
yeah. I mean, unless Vegeta told him, then in that case, I'm like, okay. But yeah, I did.
no, this
really
was an original dialogue, right? This wasn't a dub change.
No, this was no. Actually, no. This was a minor dub change, because in the original, Goku said, "I know it may seem harsh, but this is how they have to do it." But in this one, he says, "It may seem harsh, but this is how Saiyans bonded." So yeah, this was a dub change.
So it was a minor change, though. See, see now that makes it a little different, because like I feel like the Japanese dialogue right there would have been a little better for Goku,
Yeah.
because Goku doesn't really know what a Saiyan would do, because he's not. He was never raised by Saiyans. He was raised on Earth. So
yeah,
this
exactly.
is like something that I don't think they should have done then. If that
Yeah,
was,
I was still but I was still happy Goku wanted to see he took Bulma to see her husband and son bond, so that was very nice of Goku, and I really so yeah, that's it, guys. As I said,
yeah, that was. I think we covered everything on it.
Yeah, that was it. Go check out this episode, guys. It was really good.
Like I said, there is yeah, go check that out when it comes out officially. But like I said, all the links will be in the description box, all the groups, as well as everywhere you can watch it legally. There on Tuesday, this Tuesday, 13 new episodes will be coming available to the Funimation now. It would be episode 40, I believe. Don't quote me. Episode 40 dub to episode 52 of the English dub will be available this Tuesday on the Funimation Now stream service. And also, there's also the Adult Swim stream service that you can watch it on, but those episodes vary. The ones that do not have the key locks on the sides are ones you can actually watch for free on Adult Swim stream sites. The ones that do have the key, you have to provide cable information or cable or satellite information. So those are the two places to watch them. All the other episodes, 53 and 54, won't be available until, when we get further into the dub.
Yes.
But yeah, those are all the legal places to watch them. And also Richard Core Kenobi's his channel will be in the description box as well. So yeah, comment, rate if you like this Very Mighty videos. Please subscribe and also give me a thumbs up if you like this review. And that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace.
Later, guys.